What minority are you a part of? Asian with a full beard. Burn the witch. She turned me a neo-newt. Fun one. I'm right-handed and play guitar, but I play electric guitar with lefty guitars, and acoustic guitars with righty guitars but flipped upside down. An amp. #X200B. Not fun one. I've seen someone kill themselves by jumping off a parking garage at my old office. Don't reckon most people have seen a dead body. Edit. I should say, not many people have seen someone actually going from live to dead. I'm sure you all have been to funerals, but not seen a bloody, mangled woman breathing her last on the sidewalk after plopping down from the sky. I have. Honest TWASNT. As traumatic as I thought it would be. Still creepy though. I can tell the difference between butter and I can't believe it's not butter. That's because your dog replaced it with real butter, Peter. Instructions unclear. Now I have butter on my Peter. I drive a BMW, and use turn signals. Rarest breed of all. Left hand. I too have a left hand. Do you have a left foot though? I'm a Quaker. Edit. Thanks for the silver. What do you eat for breakfast? Uyghur. You have been randomly selected for a mandatory kidney donation. Already. My GP says that I'm in a minority of people that have a super rare form of migraine. Currently waiting for a neuro appointment to find out exactly how rare and if there is any particular reason why it changed from me having one of the more common types to a completely different type about 4 years ago, or why I am now getting both types together. I have ocular migraines. They're weird. They don't hurt, but you have visual hallucinations. Skydiving twice. I was told only 1% of people will go skydiving in their lives and only 1% of these people will go again. Great salesman. Mexican in the military that speaks Japanese lol. My grandpa, also Mexican, was in the Navy in the 60s and also spoke Japanese. Redditor who doesn't have depression, anxiety, or a traumatic past. Truly one of a kind. Green eyes. Really? I feel so special now. One half left-handed, one half green-eyed. I'm an original. And GT, one half left-handed. Which half? I love Arby's, the beef and cheddar and curly fries and the horsey sauce and jalapeno poppers. There, I said it. It always triggers me when people say they don't like Arby's. Like brew, they have the meats. I've never seen an entire episode of Game of Thrones. Me either. Not my genre. No tattoos. I am the last in my tribe in PA. There's just nothing I want to permanently draw on my body. I'm the only one in my family with no tattoos, and that's fine by me. Also the only mechanic in my shop not tatted. I have one, and while I wouldn't say I regret it, I definitely wouldn't miss it if it was gone. Technically I can only see through one eye, although that switches depending on which one is tired. The opticians have fun with that. I once forgot to tell one I had a lazy eye, and she showed me 4 lines, 2 in each lens. Optician, can you see 4 lines? Me, wait, there's supposed to be 4. As a good laugh once explained. Can't imagine life seeing through both eyes at this point. It even seems weird to think that people usually see through both. Whack. I also have a sort of seeing through one eye only, and it was misdiagnosed as a lazy eye, but we reactivated the other eye. Most of the time I now see 2 noses instead of 1, however, once I saw no noses. That was whack, and is what is supposed to happen. I have never walked around a parking lot that interesting as that day where my sunglass lenses didn't end at the edges. I need to wear my contacts more, have been lazy with it. People at work on New Year's Eve just hit midnight about half an hour ago where I monsieur. Happy New Year. White African. You could move to the US and make people angry by introducing yourself as an African American. Had a white professor in college tell a story about how he was born in South Africa and moved to America and gained citizenship. When he started applying for colleges and scholarships he would mark African American since he was African born and is now American. Got into a bit of trouble when he was awarded a couple African American only scholarships. Left-handed twin. European, Latino half-bred here. In Latin America I'm a gringo and in Europe I'm a fake Latino. What kind of bread are you? Turkish people who recognize the Armenian genocide. It's unfortunate that you are a minority. Tall, horrible at basketball. That's my brother as well. Cilantro tastes like the worst soap imaginable. It is one of the worst things I have ever eaten because of a stupid olfactory John. The soap gene. I have it too. People think it's funny. Thankfully my fiancé finally came around and stopped making his guacamole with it for me. Thin Americans over 40. Small if true. Redhead tans and has no freckles. Tans and has no freckles. The ginger order would like a word with you, shapeshifter. I have 3. How do people fit them in their mouth? The skinny top community. My favorite community. A Jew with straight red hair and a woman who is a trauma physician, surgeon, Jewish doctor. Not so rare. I'm a Jewish man with light brown hair and blue eyes. When my wife and I were shopping for wedding stuff in Jewish stores, my wife would get the mazel tov and I'd always get the congratulations. Growing up, I knew 2 girls with curly red hair. I'm far-sighted, seems to be a small percentage of the people who wear glasses. Nerds that don't like Star Wars. Jar Jar Abrams had done some serious work putting more people in our camp. To be honest, I've never been a huge Star Wars fan. I liked some of the EU books when I was younger, but it never really gave me the spark it did for other people. Blonde hair with blue eyes. I never realized it till an ex told me that they were attracted to those features because of the rarity. About 1% of the population in my country. And no, they're not they're Asian. Edit. For those surprised at the incidence rate, here's the info that brought me to that approximation. Blonde hair occurs in 17% of the US population. Blue eyes in 12%. Blonde hair in adulthood in the US occurs for 4% of the population. For the majority, the hair color rapidly darkens and they transition to brown. Many people still dye their hair blonde, though by straight math, that would say that about 5% of adults have the combination. I remember having trouble finding a good source on the crossing of the traits, but based on observation, I'd say that just because of genetic history of white people and the idea of sexual selection, those traits are more likely to be linked though, so that's why I assume 1 to 2%. When you say that, does dirty blonde count? Because my hair used to be blonde when I was younger but got darker. It counts. People that drive exactly the speed limit. I love not having to fill my gas tank as much as most of you people. I do stay in the right lane too. I was about to get triggered until I read your last sentence. My father is one of the imbecile who drive extremely slow on the left lane, on roads that are nicely paved, straight, but for some reason have an abysmal low speed limit. Meanwhile on super curvy roads in terrible weather, he decides he needs to overtake long trucks with no visibility because he's tailgating 1 meter behind. Absolute idiot. A purple eye. People are going to want to see pictures. Person here. I do in fact want to see a picture, the kind that has to explain to people that gypsy is a slur and we go by Roma. Then dealing with some people who say they don't mind being called gypsy and then other people confusing Roma with Irish traveller. It's just easier to tell people I am ambiguously brown. In Ireland we would say travellers instead of gypsy. Is that seen as offensive? Stupid question, I'm sorry. Just there are a lot of very high volume of Romas where I come from, monsieur. Not quite there yet, but likely to be blind in the future. That sucks. Mind if I ask the cause? Raised in Miami and I have never done coke. I don't eat seafood and I ain't allergic. I made a promise to my goldfish as a child, thinking pineapple on pizza is awesome. I don't really understand why people have such strong opinions about the combination. Pineapple on pizza is good. I'll probably choose a slice of it if it's there, but it's not what I'm likely to order if I'm making the decision. I could understand if it was a blanket. Fruit doesn't belong on pizza, but I never hear gripes about fancy pants pear and blue pizza. Jewish and GT 0.3% of the world's population. If you think you're rare, consider Sammy Davis Jr. Black, Jewish, one-eyed, kissed Archie Bunker. I exclusively drink water. Autistic. I hope that we will start seeing more acceptance. The stigmas and attitudes towards autism kinda irk me, especially in this day and age when there's a lot of advocacy for acceptance of all kinds of groups. Asperger syndrome over here. Red hair, blue eyes, don't get brain freezes, cilantro tastes like soap. I'm a member of the American Guild of Organists. It's a national organization with about 16,500 members. It must be hard organizing the whole country when there's only 16,000 of you. I'm asexual. Some may see it as a weird thing. To me it sounds like a superpower. The amount of trouble you don't get into. If you think about all the issues in society related to, it would seem as if we were better off without this animal instinct of. Some people may argue that asexuals miss out a lot in life, but do you really miss out on something you don't desire? I've never liked golf, and I would never say I've missed out on playing golf, 'cause I don't give a about that sport. I have a question, though. Even when not attracted to someone else sexually, do you ever feel the need to have a child? Like, someone to love, protect, raise, educate, and someone that cares about you when you're old? I'm honestly intrigued. I am asexual as well, and I don't feel the need to have a child, but if I would ever be with the right one and they would want one, I wouldn't deny it from the monsieur. The thing is though that everyone's different, so I would argue that some of us have that need and some don't. The same way there are some non-asexual people who don't want children, thus not having the need, I guess. So, I don't think the sexuality doesn't really define the need to have or not have children. Of course I can't speak for everybody, but I think I'm not that much off. I'm a young, Hispanic, female mechanical engineer in the American South. Big ol' oof right there. STEM ladies unite, flex biceps, medium light skin tone, southern chem me here. I'm a blue-eyed, left-handed Jew. I actually enjoy unpacking my suitcase, putting away my laundry, and unloading the dishwasher. I like things to be tidy and in their place. Also I'm a pretty obscure mixed race. Never met anyone else with the same mix. I'm a Christian Arab and a redhead in the Middle East, so 1% of the population in two different ways. I lived in England as a Romanian for years. Apparently I was a gypsy. Never knew that before. I'm glad that the white English people told me what I am, monsieur. Being an only child, I'm one of the 0.43% of the population. I'm autistic female. Edit. Diagnosed. I thought Interstellar was okay. Not great, but okay. I'm about 2% Native American, which means I still get benefits. But I'm not part of any Native American groups or anything. I play kalimba. I don't know many people who play kalimba.